Thank you for joining me today for yet another unboxing video, and today we have a special one. It's Monopoly, Parker Brothers real estate trading game. Of course, this is the Star Wars Limited Collector's Edition. Monopoly Star Wars, Rebels or Imperials, who will control the galaxy? Monopoly, the world's most popular board game, has been transported to a galaxy far, far away in the Star Wars Limited Collector's Edition, filled with characters, vehicles, locations, and scenes from all three Star Wars movies. This edition includes these special features. Your unique Starfield game board is numbered and dated. The pewter tokens cast by Rawcliffe are 8 Star Wars heroes and villains. The 5 brass Imperial coins add a ring to your high-level financial transactions. Decks of Rebels and Imperial cards reward you, penalize you, and send you flying around the galaxy. Miniature vehicles take your claim to properties, X-Wing fighters and Corellian freighters if you are the light side, or TIE fighters and Star Destroyers if you're the dark side. This very special Monopoly game is sure to appeal to all who love the world's premier classic, and to all who wish to explore firsthand the faraway galaxies of the Star Wars universe. Of course, it has the game components. Right, so this was released in 1996, of course, by Monopoly. It's a Parker Brothers game. Of course, we love all of the Parker Brother games. Of course, Monopoly is a family favorite. It's a game that I have many different versions of, but when I saw this, I had to pick it up. I just had to pick it up, even though you can see it's kind of in banged up condition. I wanted one for my collection. So anyway, let's crack this bad boy open and see what kind of goodness we have on the inside. And who doesn't love Star Wars? Everybody loves the movie Star Wars. It's always the argument, which is better, Star Wars or Star Trek. For me, it's Star Trek, but of course, I love Star Wars just as much as well. So here we go again. Here's the rule book. We've got Star Wars Limited Collector's Edition, basic Monopoly game, plus special rules for this edition. Welcome to a galaxy far, far away. Now that you'll be wheeling and dealing in space, you need to know the basic game rules, plus how to use the Limited Collector's Edition game pieces that differ from those in the classic game. If this is your first Monopoly game, the basic rules are in this booklet. They represent the game as it's been played for over 60 years. Read pages 4 to 11 first, then turn back to pages 2 and 3 for the Star Wars Edition rules. What's the same? What's different? Read on. What's the same? It gives you a listing of that. What's different? It gives you a listing of that as well. Of course, it tells you Rebels or Imperials who will control the galaxy. May the Force be with you. And tells you what's inside the box, which will be seen in a minute. Monopoly game rules of play: object, preparation, banker, the bank, the play, go, buying property, paying rent, chance and community chest, income tax, jail, free parking, houses, hotels, building shortages, selling property, mortgages, bankruptcy, miscellaneous, rules for a short game, 60 to 90 minutes, another good short game, time limit game, and on the back we have the Aurebesh. So, you can look at that too. Proof of purchase, and there you go. Again, it's brought to you by the great people at Parker Brothers. All right, so there's your rule book. But before we put the rule book down there, let us take a look at the game board. It's set up just like a traditional Monopoly board, but it has some changes to it, as you will see. So, of course, you start at the go. You collect a $200 salary as you pass. You got Dagobah, the swamp, the docking tax, the TIE fighter, Hoth, Echo Base, Frozen Plains, North Ridge, in jail, just visiting, Tatooine, Reactor Core. So you've got the Lars Homestead, you've got Mos Eisley, Jabba's Palace, Millennium Falcon, Yavin 4 War Room, Mas Asi Temple, Temple Throne Room, got the free parking. Then we have Cloud City Landing Platform, Cloud City Carbon Freezing Chamber, Reactor Control Room in Cloud City. Then we got the X-Wing Fighter, Death Star Landing Bay, Death Star Throne Room, the Moisture Farm, Death Star Central Core, Go to Jail, go directly to jail. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. Endor Forest, Endor Shield Generator, Endor Ewok Village, Star Destroyer, you got that. You got the Coruscant, Monument Square, Bounty Hunter, Coruscant, Imperial Palace, and then of course back to go again. Of course, you have where it would be your where your decks of cards go right here, and you have your Rebels and your Imperials. So there's your game board. There's your rules. Okay. Of course, we'll start right off with the easy stuff. We have, of course, the traditional, get this out first, tray of money. What Monopoly game would be complete without your trays of dollars? So you got the $1 bill, $5, of course these are credit. So 1 credit, 5 credit, 10 credit, 20 credit, 50 credit. Uh-oh, I got the 100 credit, which is slid out over here. So put it back up here. And unfortunately I had it upside down, so I'll put that right here. And I got 500 mixed in there, as you see that. And anyone who's ever owned a game of Monopoly knows that the money gets mixed in with each other. So there's your 5, 100, 50, 20, 10, 5, and 1. So there's always the cash that you got to deal with. So we're going to put that right up top there. Put this over here. We also have our properties. Yoda's Hut on Dagobah. You've got the swamp, of course, it has the pricing and credit. So you got 1 colony, 2 colony, 3 colony, 4 colonies. Of course, once you have 4, basically the concept is once you have 4 houses, now it turns into a starport. If you have to sell it, it goes there. Colony cost, starports, all that stuff like that. If you have to mortgage it, you get $30 from the bank for it. The card must be turned this side up if the property is mortgaged. Right, so it's the typical, again, it's the typical Monopoly game with some of the Star Wars stuff thrown into it, obviously. So there's Yoda's Hut on Dagobah. You have the swamp at Dagobah. Then we have the TIE Fighter. We have the Frozen Plains of Hoth. Echo Base on Hoth. You got the North Ridge on Hoth. Tatooine. Lars Homestead. The Reactor Core. See, now that should have been, when you look at the map, that should have been over by the Death Star. And the Moisture Farm should have been put over here on Tatooine. But, you know, I guess it wasn't that important for them to do that. Tatooine, you have Jabba's Palace. You have Mos Eisley. You have the Millennium Falcon. Yavin 4, the Mas Asai Temple. The Temple Throne Room at Yavin 4. The War Room at Yavin 4. Then we have the Cloud City Reactor Control Room. Landing Platform. Carbon Freezing Chamber in Cloud City. You have the X-Wing Fighter. Death Star Central Core. Death Star Throne Room. Moisture Farm is over there. Death Star Landing Bay. Forest of Endor. Ewok Village on Endor. Shield Generator at Endor. Star Destroyer. Coruscant, Monument Square, and Coruscant Imperial Palace. So there you go. Those are all your property cards that you can have. Like so. Put those out there. Lots of different choices you can make there, of course. And of course, your chance and community chest, you have 2 different sets of cards. You have the Rebels and the Imperial. So obviously, whenever you're going around the board and you land on one of these symbols, you know, if you land on this symbol, you can take a Rebel card. If you land on this symbol, you get the Imperial card. Let's take a look at that real quick. Flip those over. Okay, this card may be kept until needed or sold. Escape from jail free, which everybody lands in jail at some point in time in the game, always. It says advance to near starship and pay owner twice the rental to which he, she is otherwise entitled. If starship is unowned, you may buy it from the bank. Travel through hyperspace to face your destiny at Cloud City Reactor Control Room, so you're moving there. Travel through hyperspace to go, collect $200. Grand Moff Tarkin. You have been appointed to the rank of Grand Moff of the Imperial Forces. Each player $50. Intergalactic Bank pays you a dividend of $50, or 50 credits, I should say. Shuttle directly to jail. Do not go past go. Do not collect $200, as I said before. Take a ride in a TIE fighter. If you pass go, collect $200. You are summoned to Coruscant, Imperial Palace. Travel to the nearest utility. If unowned, you may buy it from the bank. If owned, throw dice and pay owned a total 10 times the amount thrown. Everyone always hated getting this card, always. So that would be the Moisture Farm, and the other one would be the Reactor Core. Let's see what this says. This says, a Death Star tractor beam pulls you back 3 spaces. All right. Advance to Tatooine. Lars Homestead. If you pass go, collect $200. Your Imperial construction bonds mature, collect $150, or 150 credits, I should say. Purchase droids for all your property. For each colony, 25. For each starport, 100. Wow. Pay cargo tax. And of course, this one says advance to near starship and pay owner twice the rental to which she is otherwise entitled. If starship is unowned, you may buy it from the bank. So you get 2 of those. All right. So those are your Imperial. They would go here on the board. Rebel would go on the other side, but it's being blocked right now by the bank up top there. So we got our Rebel cards. Ewok Light Festival Fund matures, $100. It says you are assessed for vapor repairs. $4 per colony, $115 per starport. Pay tribute due, pay $100 to Boba Fett. That's oh, I just realized his name. And we're gonna move forward. No, can't remember his name off the top. Jabba the Hutt. That's right, Jabba the Hutt. Sorry about that. That's Jabba the Hutt, honestly. Had a brain freeze there for a minute. Obi-Wan Kenobi leaves you $100. Nice of him. C-3PO, credit error in your favor, collect $200. Travel through hyperspace to go, collect $200. Millennium Falcon. Princess Leia, escape from jail free. This card may be kept until needed or sold. Receive for shuttle services, $25. That's Han Solo. From sale of Carbonite shipment, you get $45. That's Lando Calrissian. Win at Sabak, collect $20. I have no idea what the character's name is. If you know it, leave it in the comments below. Let the Wookiee win, pay $50. I'll say that's Chewbacca, for those who don't know. You have Yoda. Your Stellar Diversified Investment matures, get $100. You got the Landspeeder and Luke in the Landspeeder. You got Landspeeder license, pay $150. Your Stormtrooper, shuttled off to jail, go directly to jail, do not pass go, do not collect $200. You won 2nd place in a beauty contest, collect $10. Again, don't know what his name is. If you know it, put it in the comment. You're one of the band members. Grand opening of Cantina, collect $50 from every player. Okay, and those are your Rebel cards. So what else we get in here? We also get this little sheet that says, please note, the character tokens in this game are made of the highest quality pewter. Due to the flexibility of pewter, these tokens may bend. If they do, carefully bend them back into shape. Again, it was released in 1996 by Hasbro. Thanks for the information. We appreciate that, as always. We got some D6 dice. We got some coins. I'll show you one of them. There. So. 1,000 credits. There you go. Put those over here. Then we have our figures. We have cool Stormtrooper. You have Luke Skywalker. Again, I really dig in the sculpts. Really nice job on these. So you're either going to play an Imperial or a Rebel. Got Han Solo with his blaster. Could be Boba Fett. You can be Darth Vader. Really, really cool figures. Chewbacca. The Princess Leia. And last but not least, you have R2-D2. So those are your 8 pewter figures that you get in the game. Sandwich bag not included when you're purchasing these originally. And then we got a whole bunch of these. So you have a bunch of the Millennium Falcons. Got a bunch of those. You get a bunch of those. You get a bunch of the Star Destroyers that look like this. There you go, get a bunch of those. Now, instead of houses, you get TIE fighters. You get a bunch of those, and you get a bunch of, oh, that's in two, sorry, those are TIE fighters. All of them are exactly the same. So those are the dark, well, they're on the dark side, so you get a dark gray. You get a whole mess of these. Try and get them all, and there you go. That's how many of those you get. You get, like I said, you get a whole heck of a lot of those. And again, those are your TIE fighters. Okay, and then we also have our, it comes into play, you have your TIE fighters. Excuse me, you have your X-Wings, which is your Rebel ship. So these are for Rebels, these are for Imperials. Again, you can see, clearly you can see the difference between the two of them. One's a darker gray and one's a lighter gray. But there you have it. And once again, you get a whole heck of a lot of these as well. So those can go right over here. Again, sandwich bag not included. So there you have it. That's everything that's included in this unboxing, and concludes this unboxing of Monopoly, Parker Brothers Real Estate Trading Game. This time it was the Star Wars Limited Collector's Edition box set. It's for ages 8 to adult, and it's brought to you, of course, by Parker Brothers. As always, thank you so much for joining us for this unboxing video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you could always give us a thumbs up, leave a comment below. Also, you could hit that subscribe button. This way you're kept up to date as to any time we release any new content to the page. As always, thank you so much for joining us. Be safe, be well. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll catch you on the next unboxing video.